Welcome. I said, do I sound normal?
I think so.
Okay, it's not having any soundproofing in this room is terrible. Sorry, guys. It'll be fixed soon.
But why do they say it's good to sing like an echoey room then?
Because that's not like an audio. Like when you're singing in a bathroom, for example, it almost like blends in your vocals because it's playing it back a little bit. Like because of the echo, it smooths it out. You know?
Yeah, you sound like you know what you're talking about for sure.
I don't know. That's just my theory.
That sounded top notch.
Before I pressed record, I said shit because I was thinking about things to talk about, like what had happened in the last week. And then I almost forgot to write down Laci Peterson.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Which
all
is
I've been somewhat prepping on.
I know. So maybe we'll start with that. And honestly, if you're listening and you haven't seen the documentary and you want to watch it and you haven't listened to the podcast that I shared where they go over the whole case, did you listen to it?
Not the podcast, no.
Oh, okay.
I really have no idea how you could spin that to make him not guilty.
My God.
It's like too much. Like it's like almost like he wasn't very bright.
I was like, this guy is so guilty. It doesn't even make sense. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
As I was watching the documentary, it's a new documentary. It's on Netflix. It's called
Laci Peterson
or something like that. Anyways, you'll see it. It's like in the top 10, I'm sure. But it's only 3 episodes. By the end of it, I was almost uninterested. But then I was like, is he going to be found not guilty? Like, I didn't know how the story ended.
Yeah, see, I think I did know. So the whole time I was just like, okay, is this documentary going to show me something new? You know, and it didn't. It was just like, he's guilty.
Okay, you have to listen to that podcast.
So I just feel like so who are the ones running this podcast? Like they have a legal background or anything like that?
Yeah. It's like a lawyer and something else.
Right.
Like she's done work for, you know, that organization in the US that does the
Innocence
yeah.
Project,
like stuff like that. Some of the things I remember telling Pri, like all the things that they said on the podcast. I listened to it on the way home from Mom's house. And I was so sure in my mind, my biggest issue after watching that Laci Peterson doc was I can't believe he's in jail still saying that he's not guilty, and that it was somebody in his family, either his sister-in-law or his mother or something, went and got a legal degree. I remember thinking like, bud, like maybe you should just come clean so like your family's not ruining their lives trying to get you out of jail.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the personality disorder is just too strong. He's not gonna budge on his story, I don't think. He's got a weird thing going on chemically upstairs.
Here are some of the things that were completely ignored in the documentaries, that like all the media coverage and documentaries about this trial that were in court, because the court case wasn't televised like other high profile court cases.
So how did the podcast get a hand of this?
Probably like all the legal documents and stuff. You can probably go find out all the information, but it just wasn't televised or in the media.
Right. Okay.
So like, I don't even know where to start. I should have wrote down all the points, but
like give me one thing about like the anchors.
Okay. So number 1, she was 38 weeks pregnant at the time of murder, because according to the police and the court case, she was murdered on the evening of December 23rd.
Okay.
Her body was found months later, and the fetus that was found in the water was about 3 weeks. It was like 40 some weeks gestation.
Okay.
Their whole thing was somebody took Laci Peterson, but she was alive for weeks and either had the baby.
So, but what do we know? Like, we already know medically that it's like kind of impossible to like nail that down.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know, but that's like it to me. That sounds like those people that like take something and run with it. It's like, okay, but you can't even trust those numbers to begin with. So let's scratch that. That's off the plate. You can't bring that to court.
Moving on.
Okay.
When a mother is deceased, but they have a fetus inside of their body for a given length of time, the fetus starts to mummify.
Okay.
And there's clear signs that they will notice if a fetus has, or like a body or something has started to mummify. I don't know what that means. Do you?
Because oxygen can't get to it, so it's not going to break down.
There was no signs at all of that having happened.
Right. So like they're thinking child was removed. Okay. This has happened before too.
Okay.
So that means nothing.
Something else.
Moving on.
Her torso is what was found
Yeah.
in the water. And every single one of her organs was like strategically taken out.
Okay. What does that mean to you?
Well, number one, why the fuck would he do that? And number two, there's like really serious issues with the organ, like the black market for taking organs.
Okay, so this is where they went.
So that was very suspicious.
She was out walking the dog. Someone spotted her. She got taken.
And
then just murdered
in that area, in the previous like year or so, there were a few instances of pregnant women being abducted and murdered.
And they're being murdered for what?
I don't know.
That's what I don't understand. I need some sort of motive there.
This wasn't like a one-off thing. Like there had been other situations like that had
a way that you could just clear that up. So again, you wouldn't even be able to like use that in court. Is that he knew that too? So he knew that happened 2 times. So he's like, you know what? Perfect. Cover. Okay. Anyway, so can't even use that. That's useless. Off the table.
Well, it's just all these things come together.
No, but that doesn't matter.
Okay,
like
but
it's
there's
all circumstantial.
Oh yeah, okay. But all the stuff that's going against him are also circumstantial. There is nothing that clearly points to him. What, Liza? He was having an affair?
No, I don't care about that. I'm more so about her hair on the pliers in the boat. The fact that he was even going out on the boat at that date when she was pregnant, it doesn't even make sense. And then making all like the anchors there was obviously more anchors, having the anchor in the boat with no rope. Like, buddy, you're not smart. We got you.
Okay,
and there's obviously some people that have way too much time at home that are like, how can we pick this apart? Okay, so she said she was 38 and the fetus was 40, but like we don't even know for sure if we can mark those dates. Like it just seems crazy to me. Like the guy's guilty. Move on.
Another thing, there's a guy that works at the marina that was talking to Scott when he was docking, like leaving the marina in his boat that day. Mm-hmm. And the guy swears his boat was absolutely empty. There was nothing in his boat. It was like this dinky, small, little tin boat. Mm-hmm. And he's like, there was nothing in there. Like not some big blue tarp, like covering something.
And that was for sure the first time he had left the marina? Do we know that? Does this guy know that?
Yeah, it's timed. Like everything was time stamped.
Okay, so there's no way he was out in the water already, and this was a different trip.
It was like he had gotten gas on the way to the marina. That was time stamped. Then when you get to the marina, you like pull a ticket or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was all in order.
So her organs were removed strategically. There wasn't a big blue tarp, and just her torso was found. So I'm thinking you're not going to see a big blue tarp. I'm thinking he's got like buckets that you would use for like fish bait or something, and it's all in there. And this guy's not even going to look twice at that. A full torso. Fetus? Well, if there like an underbelly fishing, like a live well in the boat?
No, it's literally like Dad's fishing boat. Like it's smaller than that.
Oh, a tin. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my child's just having a time in her crib right now.
Is she upset though?
Oh, she's never upset. She's just yipping. I think she threw her sus out. Now she's got her arms through the bars. She's just... Oh, she doesn't have her sleep sack on anymore. So I might have to go up and put her shit back into her sleep sack.
Okay.
Because she's trying to climb. All right, I'll be back.
Okay, are you ready?
Oh, I think so.
All right. Some more just things to consider in this case.
Okay.
They asked neighbors because remember the whole thing was on the morning of the 24th, remember the cops said she got killed the 23rd in the evening. Mm-hmm. So everything that Scott said, like we did this on the evening of the 23rd, she was wearing this. In the morning on the 24th, she got dressed in this. Like her PJs that he said she was wearing the night of the 23rd were like in the laundry basket. The Martha Stewart episode that he said was on the TV, like that she was watching, something to do with like meringue cookies. They like verified that was true.
Right.
That episode was playing the morning of the 24th that he said she was watching that when he walked in. Neighbors, the route that she would normally walk the dog, there's like 2 or 3 neighbors who know Laci Peterson personally and said they saw her walking the dog on the morning of the 24th. Mm-hmm. The burglars that broke into the house across the street from theirs said that they broke in on the 26th, but then the police were like, there's no fucking way because there was like a media shitstorm all over the place. People were canvassing the entire neighborhood looking for, there's no way burglars would break in on the 26th.
Right.
So And the neighbors got home on the 26th or
So
the
the burglars are lying for no reason.
So they were lying about the date. And when they brought in the burglars, they mentioned, without even being asked, they were like, we don't have anything to do with that pregnant lady going missing. And they were like, okay, like the cops didn't think anything of it. But it's more likely that they broke into the house on the 24th, which makes sense because one of the neighbors says that there was a van, like a weird looking van that she had never seen before, outside those two homes, like parked on the side the morning of the 24th. So the thought is she was walking the dog, saw the criminals breaking into the house,
said
and
something.
They took her. Because remember, her dog was like wandering around the neighborhood with his leash on.
That would be really suspicious behavior on the burglar's part. Doesn't make any sense.
It gets better.
Okay.
A man and his wife were getting gas right outside of Laci's neighborhood. And when they went onto the highway after getting gas, there was a van pulled over on the side of the road, and a pregnant lady was peeing on the side of the road, and there was like a guy just standing there and then like helped her into the back of the van. And like none of this stuff was brought up. Like, it's fucking insane.
That part is weird.
Yes. And
who's the witness? I wonder if they looked into the witness's background or something, or
I don't know. But listen,
might have been dismissed.
Oh my God, why does my computer do this? Like, I don't fucking care about your updates. Like, I'll go to you when I want an update. Like,
whoa, wow,
it shuts down like everything and is like, anyways.
Yikes. Don't mess with my name.
What the lawyers on this podcast were saying, that it's very likely that whoever had Laci Peterson, abducted her, saw all the media hoopla, and that the husband was fishing on the 24th, and obviously they were like, they fucking searched that small body of water like nobody's business. Like the lawyers were like,
thinking after the fact.
Yes, the lawyers were like, they had sonar systems, they had everything, like searching that body of water. It wasn't a big lake, and nothing.
So these burglars, the police had contact with them after.
Huh?
The police had contact with these burglars because they were being questioned and they were answering, saying they went in on the 26th.
Yeah, this was a long time later.
Wowza.
So the lawyers are saying it's very likely that whoever had her was like, let's go dump her body in this fucking lake, because they're questioning the husband like crazy, and that's where he was fishing.
Wow.
There's so many things, and I was just like, holy
but
shit.
Why is he a robot?
You can't,
like, it's almost like he's like trying to make himself look guilty.
I mean, that's like the whole fucking Amanda Knox thing. Like, you're going to throw her in jail because she wasn't acting how you thought she should act because her roommate got murdered?
That's different. This
no,
is
it was the same kind of
wife
thing.
is missing on Christmas Eve. Like, it's just like so strange, his behavior. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, that's really interesting.
It's wild.
Is the Innocence Project taking that or anything? Or is anyone?
Yeah, they have it. Yeah, they have that case.
But has he maxed out his attempts to overturn the case?
I don't know. I don't know all the details, but I was just...
Come on, Kim.
I just saw an article that on the 24th or the 25th or something, like right after this all happened, about a mile outside of their neighborhood was a van that was lit on fire. And they tested it for human DNA and they didn't see anything, but there was a blood stain. And so the Innocence Project, just like, this was like a 2024 article, March 2024. It is human DNA, like in this van.
Oh shit.
So they're like going forward to try and figure it out. But
God.
Anyways, I was so
Crazy.
fucking dead certain. Like, I was like, this guy's a fucking, like, what the fuck? And then after listening to
be
all
honest,
this
I was
stuff,
like, why do they even make this a documentary? Like, I want to see the documentaries where there's like a bit of a twist. But now that you toss that in there.
Yeah, so
the follow-up documentary is going to be stellar.
Yeah.
If the
Oh my God,
Innocence
you know what
Project
I
puts it
saw?
out.
Somebody on TikTok, I was watching this thing about P. Diddy, and one of the comments was like, I can't wait for this Netflix documentary.
Oh man, the celebs that they're going to interview. They were all there. Like, they all dipped their toes in the P. Diddy pool.
Yeah, and the P. Diddy baby oil. But do you think...
oil.
Everybody's saying like it's eerily similar to the Jeffrey Epstein thing, where it's like all these celebrities are involved, obviously, but nothing ever gets said.
But here's my view on it is like, imagine, you're like entering this step up in your career or whatever, and you get invited to this party.
Yeah.
Like, say you even got invited to a party and you're like, oh my God, like Madonna's going to be there and Christina Aguilera's going to be there and like Justin Bieber's going to be there. Like, you would just go.
Yeah, you would go.
So there's probably like 99% of the people are just like, holy fuck, I was there. I'm probably on camera. But they actually are not like criminals.
Involved in the
you
stuff,
know, like they're not sick predators. But then there's that 1% that's like floating around. Maybe in that group, it's a bit more like 5%, and they're floating around the back rooms doing things.
Well, who is it? It wasn't just Puff Daddy.
Ugh. My biggest fear is everything I'm reading about Justin Bieber is just so sad. Like, I just hope to God, I hope to God that it's not as bad as I'm thinking it was probably for him.
But like,
ugh.
You're like, just if something did happen with Justin Bieber, which like it probably did, did he tell anybody?
Probably not. Everyone's
like,
telling you you're going to be the biggest star.
Did he tell his mom? Like,
yeah,
you know?
I would imagine if he told his mom. I feel like his mom is the type that would have brought that.
Did he tell Scooter Braun?
Yeah, like who's involved in this?
And like does
Justin he not want to
Bieber.
say anything because he doesn't want to bring down some of the people that he's actually still, you know, has a good relationship with. He doesn't want anyone to get the blame.
Yeah, no, he's got to just fuck.
Rip it off.
And I'm sure, like, that's Justin Bieber, like, the biggest
Just
star
write
on
about
the
it.
planet. Like,
Slap
imagine
a
all
beat
the other
to it.
people. Huh?
Write about it. Slap a beat to it.
Like, put this guy.
Yeah,
But
seriously.
I just want to know, like, who?
But at least we know that he's got it pretty rough in jail right now. That's good.
Well, I'm sure he's isolated.
Yeah. I think I don't know if they had like special treatment at this place. Did they?
He would be dead if he was not isolated.
Is he in a New York prison?
I don't know.
They probably worship him. I don't think he'd be dead.
The prisoners, if there's a high profile person like that in jail,
They don't all just want to kill him. It's P.
who's
Diddy.
like in there for sex trafficking, like
They don't
prisoners
care.
don't fuck with that. No.
Sex trafficking?
I've always
They don't-
heard. I've always
Kids
heard.
and women sometimes. But
Yeah.
there's a huge portion of prisoners that they are the abusers. Like, what do you mean? He's got a whole team of abusers
I've always
in there.
heard, like, if
cheering
it's
for him.
like, I've always
Children.
heard.
If it's children.
Yeah, well, Bieber was a child.
Okay, well, yeah, if that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Like,
Send
I would
him out.
be fucking his
Gen
day
Pop.
up.
That's what you get.
Anyways, wild.
Okay, did you watch Jailbreak Love on the Run?
No, I saw that you
Oh.
texted me that, but I couldn't find it.
It's on Netflix.
And it's about Laci Peterson?
No, it's a totally
Casey,
separate case. It's been going on for years.
This is what I was confused about. I think I Googled Jailbreak Laci Peterson.
Oh, for Christ's
And I was like, I
sake.
don't understand what this is.
No, this case happened in
is
like
it- okay, wait.
2020.
Oh, it's
She
a
was
case.
like this. Well, it's a story. Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
this happened in about 2020. A guard at a prison broke out an inmate and ran away with him. And she actually wasn't just a guard. She ran
She
the
wanted
prison.
to date him.
Yeah, they were in love. 2 years. They'd been like banging in the prison and like talking on the phone and like all sorts of stuff.
That's very common, eh?
It's very common for to be manipulated when you work in that type of field. But she was like the head honcho. She ran that show. And this guy was like not a good guy.
Where did it take place?
So like a southern state, probably.
Cool.
like
I'll watch
Nantos.
it after this. Is it just like one movie or is it
It's a movie,
episodes?
yeah.
Oh, okay. And then
Yeah.
I saw a
Look into it.
preview. I don't know if I saw this preview on Netflix or if it was on TV about women who were writing letters to prisoners to be in relationships with them or something.
Yeah. Love in prison or something. Married
Yeah.
in prison. There's one where like they get married. There's another one where it's like the days before they get married. I watch them all. It's so
Yeah.
interesting. Some women are like attracted to that.
Oh man, I'm the opposite.
Well, yeah. Like, oh, your life's like on flames. Like, come to me, baby. Like, what?
Like I see somebody be rude and I'm like, ugh, gross.
Ick. Yeah, I know. There's like even parts in this documentary where they're talking about how it's like a really rough place because there's like people that get pulled over for drunk driving and then there's like murderers and they're side by side. It's
Yeah.
just, it's like an intake jail. Mm-hmm. So they were just saying how gross it is, and they show a clip of like a guy like just putting his juices on the guards, and like it's just
Ew.
disgusting. Well, they throw everything at you, like it's just nasty.
Did you watch the Anna Delvey thing? It's
Wild.
okay, I didn't like that show. The best piece
Really?
of content about the Anna Delvey story was the article that was written long time ago.
What the show is about.
That's
journalist.
what the show is about. Yeah, exactly. But I didn't find the show to be like the article was unbelievable.
To me, the show was like par and par with like Emily in Paris. Like it was the same
yeah,
vibe.
it was just like a little bit.
It didn't
blah.
feel like you were watching like a docu-series type thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Did
What do
you
you call
see-
those shows? Because I tried to describe that to Mike Like the Menendez brothers show?
Yeah, it's a docu-series.
No, it's not. Because it's not a series. It's not a documentary. It's actors just acting the whole time.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
What's that called?
It's actors.
Biopic?
Yeah.
But it's not a movie. So is it a biopic series? Like, what is it?
Biopics? A series of... No, it's probably a
series
biopic.
of unfortunate biopics. Did you see the picture I sent you of my bread?
Yes.
Like, I am just floating. Okay,
No.
easy jealousy. Because I feel it
Liza.
just seeping out of your pores. You
Liza.
wish you could pull a loaf out of your oven like that, and you just won't.
You know who's got great loaves?
Who?
Farm Boy.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Did they make their starter and grow the bacteria and, like, kiss it goodnight every night for a week
Every
and a
time
half?
you show
No.
me a picture of a bread, I'm like, that could have been a reel that was posted.
I do. What do you mean?
How many reels did you post for the last episode?
You mean for Insufferable? No, I focused on my own. I've been posting bread reels on my own.
I need to, like, you need to come visit, and I need to give you, like, a social media course or
Why?
something.
I like when my words were on my video.
Liza, like, do you consume social media content?
Not really, no. I just think of what
You
would
don't
be
watch
funny or
TikToks?
like good to me. No, not really. I go on there to post our stuff, so I don't know. And
Like-
then you send me these videos, and I'm like, well, why would you want to even watch that? It's lame. Like, that's a lame video. It's not funny. There's no like text. Like, it's not. It's just a little video.
It's just crazy.
Why?
I'm like, has she never seen social media before?
So you think
Like,
that having big text over the video, people would just be like, oh, and scroll past it?
it's not even just
Or is it
about
just the algorithm?
people. Exactly.
Okay.
That's why, remember you used to post our Insufferable reels with our album cover in the corner?
Yeah.
Like, that's a no-no. Like, you can't do that. Like,
But where did you learn that?
you just...
Somebody told you that.
No, you consume
You don't just
content.
know that you don't put an album cover on a podcast clip. You don't just
Because-
know that. Somebody told you.
No. I see what other people do, and I see what does well and what does not do well, and you just are collecting data constantly.
Oh, you're a data collector.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, send me your data.
Like, I said you a million
Computer.
examples. I gave you like 7 examples of videos to make that would crush, and nothing.
Crush
You just don't make them.
some of those videos. What do you mean crush?
That are the kinds of videos that should
So
be
do I
made.
just put that exact same line? Like, I feel like I'm doing the same thing, but I just put what's in my brain instead of, or do I have to take their words and it's just a picture of me?
Okay,
I don't get it. I'll get it eventually. But do you want to just take a quick little peek at these loaves? Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm going to show you because I'm a goddamn artist.
I already saw the picture. You sent it to me.
I made 3.
Yeah.
The arsehole.
So are you eating them?
Oh, yeah. Look at those loaves. They're so nice. Anyways. No, they're not even mine. I'm giving them away.
Yeah.
One's mom's, one's the in-laws, one's my mare's.
Okay, moving on. I was wearing a t-shirt the other day that has Casper on it.
The ghost?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Milo goes, "Who is that on your shirt?" I was like, "That's Casper the ghost." And so I was thinking we should watch that movie. What? You think it's scary?
That movie hit me weird growing up. Yeah, I don't
Why?
know. The ghost thing.
You thought it was scary?
Like, there's even some Paw Patrol episodes where there's ghosts and Poppy goes, "Oh, it's too spooky." Like, she just, like, doesn't. The concept is scary because then it can grow from there. And, like, the Casper movie, there's a lot, like, there is, like, a lot of scary.
I don't know if it'll keep his attention, the Casper movie. But what about
yeah,
Harry Potter?
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. That seems to be, like, everybody's fave.
I don't know if he'll...
What about, you said he's reading about dragons? Is there, like,
Yeah.
I Taught My Dragon a Trick? Or, like, what's that show?
How
What's
to
that?
Train a Dragon or
Yeah.
something? Yeah, we could watch that. That's
Yeah.
a cartoon, right?
No, I don't think so. Or,
How
yeah,
to
part of it.
Train a Dragon.
No dragons were hurt in the making of that movie.
Yeah, we should watch that. Because it's actually, his books are called Dragon Masters, and
Oh,
it's kids that are
actually,
training
Well, there you
dragons. Oh my god, there's so many of these movies. How
There
to
you
Train a
go.
Dragon.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah. Jay Baruchel is in it.
That's why I knew about it.
Crazy. He's the first person on the cast listed. That's hilarious.
How I knew about it. Because I was like, I wouldn't have watched that for any reason.
Did you watch the show Gilmore Girls?
Like, in and out. But I wasn't one of those people that, like, followed it and was like, oh, I'm obsessed with Rory. Like, no. Or, like, Cookie or whatever her name
I don't
is.
understand. Ow! I don't understand why I've never seen it.
Because I think the OC was probably at the same time. There were other shows that kind of stamped it out, I think.
Okay, let's see. Gilmore Girls started in 2000.
That's the OC years, I think.
The OC
Probably stomped her.
started in 2003.
Oh.
But yeah, it's just weird. Like in 2000, I would have been in high school.
I was 10
So I don't know.
or 11. What did you do for Millennium? Like that, for that New Year's?
Oh my God, remember?
You would have
We
been
thought
like prime time.
No, we
age
thought
for
the
that.
world was going to shut down.
Yeah. I was like at my friend's house in like grade 7 or 8 or something.
2000. Yeah, I was in high school. I don't
You don't
know
remember
what we
doing a
did.
crazy like Millennium? Did you ever did you celebrate New Year's all through high school and stuff? That was a
Probably.
big deal for us. Oh, okay.
Probably. I have a terrible memory though. Like, so I don't remember.
You were blackout is what you're trying to say.
Probably not.
Just a rager.
Guess who I'm meeting with next Wednesday?
Oh, who?
A dog trainer.
For marbles?
I tried to walk the dogs yesterday,
They lose
just like
their
I
mind.
normally do. I literally was almost
happening.
in tears.
It's happening.
I think what happened is when I opened the front door, the mailman was there and they just fucking lost their minds. And so like he eventually went away and then we started walking and like a person comes around the corner and they just losing
Reactive
their
now.
fucking minds. And I was mortified because I can't do anything. Like I'm trying to hold 2 leashes. They're like, like Bubbles is pulling so hard that he's like hacking. He's like, and like this lady comes and she's like, oh, because they're so cute. And she's like, is their bark bigger than their bite? And she's like trying
like,
to pet them. And I'm
hyperventilating.
like, I'm so sorry. Like they never do this. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like I was so embarrassed. And I'm like, I'm just going to take them into the backyard. And then our neighbors are pulling into the driveway and the 2 little girls are like, oh, like to the dogs. I'm like, I don't know, girls, like, I'm sorry. Like,
And they're still going off?
yeah, they're like going crazy. I was like,
How long did that last?
well, they stopped for a while, but then once they saw the neighbors,
Another person.
then it like,
oh my
started
God.
again.
Oh, that sucks. But it's a good thing you called the dog trainer because you'll nip it in the bud.
Yeah, I was like,
Honestly, though, bite them.
bite them.
That's the only thing that ever worked with Penny. Penny was the worst dog ever. She's back to that again. She cycled back to
So
it
if
in her
there's somebody
geriatric
walking
years.
down
But
the street, I kneel down and bite my Pomeranian.
bite his ear. Yeah. Say, listen to mama. Yeah. Trust me, they'll snap out of it. Just like a puppy would. That's
yeah,
how
and
dogs
they're gonna
do
call
it.
the SPCA on me. Like, there's a woman biting
Or-
her.
The person across the street will be like, hey, can you do that to my dog?
And every time they're little shits, I think about this TikTok where it's like this purebred, like floofy little dog. And they're like, every time they misbehave, I just tell the person that they were a rescue.
Oh my God. They had trauma. They had some serious trauma.
Which is so like, it's
the opposite
it's
of the
just-
truth.
It's just so funny. Like, oh, I'm so
Speaking
sorry.
of little
it's a
shits,
rescue.
though, I'm like playing with Poppy on her play mat, and Penny's just kind of hovering. I had just put them out. They already ate their breakfast. The dogs were dealt with, playing with Poppy this morning, having my coffee. Poppy gets up to go have her breakfast, and just behind her on the play mat, like a golf ball sized turd, just hanging out. Mike's like, oh, what is that? Just a fresh turd. Penny just dropped it.
Just because.
Yeah. Like, I actually
old
think
is Penny?
she's... she just turned 12 on the 13th. We didn't celebrate. She's literally the worst. She's the worst. Homemade sourdough, like put it down, turn like this to go look for a remote, turn back, like seconds, it's in her mouth. Like trying to wolf it down. Yeah. Full apple core. Yeah.
She used to be so good.
Yeah.
Like,
Cantaloupe, just the rind. She ate a full bowl of rind. That's it. She's the worst. And she tries to bite you now and stuff. So she's like psychotic. Oh,
Yeah.
and the other day, I go to get her from outside because she lays on the deck and she's just laying on top of the table. Just laying there, like relaxing. Like I've never seen that in my life. So, like,
I think
I'm not
she's
sure.
like demented a little
I
bit.
think so. Yeah. Like 100% sure.
Oh, a parent.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nothing. You're not going to care.
Yeah, okay, I do. I care so much. Tell me.
No, I was just going to say that you can stream It Ends With Us now.
Anyways.
Oh, you're wearing your Jay Baruchel t-shirt. That's so
How
funny.
to Train Your Dragon.
That's so funny.
Did I tell you about the guy that walked past my house?
No, but where does Jay Baruchel live?
BC.
Oh, okay.
So I'm outside with Poppy in the backyard, and I just happened to step up onto the deck, and then I look, and on the sidewalk, this guy who has a visor, but he's got a scarf, like a colorful patterned paisley scarf hanging down, kind of like covering, sunglasses, and a black mask, okay, with like a cross-body bag hanging on his back. And he stops and he goes like Spider-Man crouch on the sidewalk, and he's looking down my driveway, under my car and like under the deck and stuff. And so I'm thinking he's scouting the property. Like, he's going to come back and he's either going to try and like take our like catalytic converter off our car, or like he's doing something, you know, like he's sketchball city. So I see him, I kind of come up on the deck and I walk directly to the end of my deck and like look at him. He sees me. He just stands up straight like that. And instead of walking down the sidewalk like a normal human, he sketchball city crosses the street immediately and then walks on the street on the other side of the street. Yeah. Welcome to my neighborhood. So while that guy's walking, I snag a picture of him because I'm like, that's going on North Bay Crime Group. And then the other guy, this is like our friendly neighborhood guy, never causes any problems, but like has definitely the same guy that dropped all his syringes at the end of my driveway, you know, like, Aww. But he'll clean them up. He just had trouble that day. Then I'm like still standing there trying to scout this other guy walking away. He comes walking by and there was like garbage kind of on my lawn. So he looks and he drops his coat, his winter coat that he's wearing, drops it at the end of my driveway, picks up the garbage, runs full tilt to the convenience store, puts it in the nim bin, and then runs full tilt back to his coat, which is on the ground at the end of my driveway, picks up his coat, throws it over his shoulder, and just keeps strutting on the street.
Like, what?
Like, now that's a good guy, you know?
Do you find in the last few years it's gotten worse?
Oh, insane.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
I feel like that's everywhere.
Yeah, it shouldn't be accepted as the norm. Like, it's not, like, everyone needs to know, like, it's not normal. And it's okay to say that it's like uncomfortable, you know?
Yeah. I was just talking, that dinner that I went to on Wednesday, one of the girls lives in a small town like around here. And she was saying it's so bad. Like, her house is near the little cute downtown, but on like a neighborhood street. And she said it's like drug paraphernalia in her front yard all the time. People like sleep under her deck or like under her big like tree in the front. And like she knows them all by name. And she said her boyfriend started living with her like a year or something ago. And he was like, this is not okay. Like, this is not normal. She keeps gloves in her car because every time she gets home, she's like picking stuff up outside.
Yeah, no way. See, and that's when you have to be able to put your foot down and be like, okay, now it's not okay anymore. Like, you can have a bleeding heart and you can care for the people. But then when it starts to encroach on other people in a very negative and unsafe way, then that's when it has to stop. Like, something has to be done about it.
The thing that's difficult is like, even with the thing about people living in tents around the city, it pisses me off when it is then affecting things in the city that we would take our kids to, or, you know, like I have friends that went to a splash pad that's downtown and there's people washing their clothes in the splash pad. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Not allowed. Yeah.
Like, two things can be true. Like, yes, I feel for these people who are in that situation when they don't want to be. But at the same time, I also feel for my friend that couldn't take her kids to the splash pad because, you know.
Yeah.
And all the businesses are losing so much money downtown, like these local small businesses, because there's actual tents outside of their business that's preventing people from wanting to walk around downtown and like go shopping.
Oh, 100%. I'm not going to, like, we have a few cute places down on Main Street.
Yeah.
I'm just not going. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, there's bakeries down there I'd like to go to, like, but there's the time, you know, I know the people. Like, those are the people I worked with for, like, you know, 3 years. Like, I know them. It's a small town. So when I see an old client screaming at the top of his lungs, no, I'm not putting Poppy in the stroller and walking by him. I know what that guy's capable of.
Yeah.
And, like, it bugs me when I hear people be like, you shouldn't be scared of mental illness. Like, yeah, sometimes.
No, you should be.
But then other times you absolutely should be.
Yeah.
Like, it's unpredictable.
So that girl that I was talking to, we were saying how, like, it almost feels like you can't, as like a member of society, you're not allowed to like talk about these things because
you have no
like
soul.
One of those things.
Yeah,
like,
you just have no soul. You have no empathy. You don't like, care for the human race. Like, blah 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 blah. Whatever. I want to be able to go downtown.
Like, you can't exactly. Like, you can't talk.
And it's
about
not fair to the people that are even on the street. They don't want to be there. Get the services to get them off there. Like,
okay,
we have things to make those people's lives better. Let's do it.
But the thing is, like, when people are like, well, where are they supposed to go?
A lot of places.
Like, what do you say to that?
Well, I say don't put a shelter next to our elementary school because that's stupid.
Yeah.
Don't put a like a needle exchange right next to a church or right next to a, like, you know what I mean? Like, people frequent these areas, but they try to put them in the popular areas. No, isolate them then. That's not the worst thing those people are going to go through if they are on one end of the town, isolated. You know, that's not the worst thing for them.
It's hard though, because then that part of town becomes like a slum.
Not necessarily, because that's where you put all the services. So you say, you're not allowed to use on the sidewalk here. If you want to go down to that end of town, all the services you need are there. And they'll take it from there. But if you want to use sitting on the ground on the street, then it has to be a street that none of the other taxpayers pay for. There has to be some sort of standard we keep in our cities and in our towns. And you feel it big time in a smaller town like we live in, because there's only so many places to go. Mm-hmm. You know? And I think working in the healthcare in that area, in mental health and addiction, homelessness, if that's even, I don't even know if that word's allowed anymore. Unhoused humans. But like, even working there, I know how the money is just not delegated appropriately.
Oh, 100%. That's like everything.
Yeah. And it's very political. So depending on who controls the money for that hospital or who controls that programming and what their beliefs are, it's too political. So then no one can do anything. No moves are made because nobody wants to look bad.
Yeah.
When really we all just want it to be better. We don't want that guy to be sleeping on the sidewalk. He doesn't want to be there. Trust me.
I remember Dax talking about, he said homeless and somebody was like unhoused. And he was like, what does unhoused mean? He's like, you're literally just flipping the word.
Home. You are less a home. Yeah,
like unhoused, home.
Like if I didn't have an apple, I would say I'm appleless. Like,
appleless.
You know, if I didn't have
unappled.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense. God.
Unhoused. Yeah, I don't know
like,
why.
Can we stop using our brain power on shit like that and just actually solve the problems? Like, motherfucker.
Oh my God, who was I talking to about the frickin' Liza? Were you there? I swear it was up north, and they were talking about how people are trying to pass parks.
Yeah, it's up north.
So that people can, was it to pretend to be animals or babies?
No, babies.
Adults can pretend to be babies at the park.
Spanking and diapers.
At the park.
At a park, at a playground. So that they can be babies at a playground.
Because adults want to pretend to be, it's like LARPing, live action role playing.
It's a fetish, I think. I forget what it's called. It's infanticizing or something. Or no, is that when you kill babies? I don't know what that is. I just dropped that word, but I really have no idea. Infanticide, I think, is when you kill them. Infanticizing? Infantilization.
So they're actually going to the government to try and
City Hall, yeah. Or council.
Be allowed to go to parks and pretend to be a baby.
They actually want funding. They want to be supported to do this. Yeah. They want funding, like money, to be able to host these events and stuff.
Like, what is going on?
Crazy pants Magugu. Okay.
What is going on? This is like when people were like, no, seriously, like kids show up in class and are like, I'm a dog.
Litter box. Yeah.
Like, or I'm a cat. I need a litter box. And I was like, that's not happening.
That's real. Yeah. That is really happening. We know the teachers that,
and it's allowed.
No, but it's like, you know, you go to bring to the principal and everyone's like, I don't know what's politically correct. I don't want to get canceled. Like, so, well, then nothing happens. If nobody wants to talk about it, nothing happens. But nobody has a litter box
in a class.
I don't know what the end resolution of that particular situation was. Also, but that's not even the first time I heard about the litter box. I heard about that happening out east as well. It just seems crazy. It shouldn't even make the news. Like, it should have been like the kid shows up to school, says, I want a litter box. And the teacher
you're
goes,
like, no.
Good one. Go to your desk. Like, that's how much attention that should be given. That's how much attention you give to that.
I know. Like how has it become
don't make
like
it a bigger. Oh my God. It's crazy to me. Blows my mind.
I'm a cat. No, you're not.
Yeah. Nope. That's not true. If you are, go hide under the bed and stop talking to me. Fuck. That's what I should tell them.
Or like,
you are a dog? Okay, well, guess what? You're getting kicked.
Yeah, here. You're going in this glass box at PetSmart. See if anybody else wants to fucking deal with you. Like, you're not a cat. Like, why is that okay?
Yeah, I know. It's
so
wild.
If someone's child is like, I'm a cat, the parents are saying, yes, sweetie, you are.
We're going to support you through this because we don't want to emotionally like scar you. So if that's what you feel, then that must be.
How would you react? This is funny. I just put out a reel yesterday on the Mom Room account, and I was like questioning this thing that Dr. Becky said, and I was like texting Shawn. I'm like, okay, now we just pray that we don't get canceled for questioning Dr. Becky.
Oh no.
But no, I was like trying to be respectful. But here's the thing, okay? And
Is she
just
a
curious.
gentle parenter?
Yeah.
For the most part?
Which, like, apparently, like, the whole thing is that people don't understand what gentle parenting is. And I think the way it's portrayed in social media and, like, these quick videos is not the whole picture. And parents look at that and they're like, what the fuck? Like, and then you try and implement these, like, little one-liners in your house and your kid is like, fuck you. And you're like, okay, but now what?
It's the overarching messaging here. You can't learn something like how to deal with another human being through 2 to 30-second videos with large print over them, okay? Because obviously that person's an idiot. If there's large print over the video,
just
like,
disregard. Okay, but even like I have Dr. Becky's book, and even still, like I read how to handle certain situations, and I'm like, okay, but then what? Like that's it? Like what about now? He's still not listening and slams his door. Like then what? Like
what does your brain tell you to do? That's what everyone needs to do. Just trust yourself. You're not going to fuck this up. You got this. Like,
imagine this. Okay.
All right.
So this is like the 3 lines that parents should be using when their kids talk back or are like say something really rude to you.
The 3 lines. We're supposed to have these just like
ready to
like,
go.
Bop, bop, bop. Okay.
I know. This is what I hate. I hate the scripts and like the...
Yeah, because that's crazy pants and it's too much mental work. But...
Yes. Okay.
It's the overarching approach you have to go with, not lines. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. Like the perfect example of like a piece of advice that was actually so unbelievably helpful was when I was really struggling to give Milo snacks, or like he would say like, I don't want that, or like
Eating
whatever,
general,
when he was little.
Mm-hmm.
My friend was like, give him 2 options. Say, do you want the banana or do you want the yogurt?
Cut it
down. And I was like,
like
it was life changing.
Yeah. Because it was too much for him.
And then at the same time, he's practicing his words. Like, he's naming the things, right?
Yeah. And if you think about it, if you're like, oh, what do I want for dinner? We're like, oh, fuck, this is so annoying. And now you're putting that on a little kid. And they're like, there's so many options. Like, you told me there's Paw Patrol yogurt, there's cheese. I know there's bunny crackers. There's a granola
Or, like,
bar.
you just give them a piece of cheese, and they're like, I don't want that. And then you're like, well, like, what do you want? Like, yeah, it's crazy. Anyways. So this is the 3 lines. Okay. Number 1, I hear you and you must be really upset to say something like that to me. Oh yeah. Shawn did a typo there. Number 2, I know you're a good kid even when...
There's 2 typos. I already messaged you about them.
Oh, damn it.
First and second.
I thought it was in the captions.
You better read my messages now. Looks like they're important.
I know you're a good kid even when you say not so good things. Number 3, I know there's another way you can say that to me. Do you want to try again? So Poppy says something rude to you. What are you responding with?
Pardon me? I said, what did you say? And she'll say it again. And I say, do you think that's very nice to say to mommy or whatever it is? And then she'll say whatever she wants to say. And I say, we're not going to say that anymore because it's not very nice. Done. Is that wrong? Like, I don't understand.
The thing that... Like, my only thing was like, okay, and at what point do we say, like, you can't talk to me like that? Like, at what point are we like... That's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
You don't talk to people like that. And like sometimes Milo will say something and I'm like, I hope you're not saying that to people at school or like talking to your friends like that. Like that's really not very nice. Like, like where's all that conversation?
Yeah. Like etiquette, just social etiquette.
My point was if you're 13 years old or something and you like mouth off to a coach, they're not going to be like, do you want to try again?
Can you explain your frustrations to me in other words?
Or like you say something to like, your first boss, they're going to be like...
exactly. There's always going to be consequence for how you deliver something.
I just don't understand.
It's all social. Like to me, it's like teaching them social cues, you know?
Yeah. Anywho, I don't know how we got onto that.
Dr. Becky, you didn't want to get canceled. I don't even know what just because you don't agree with the 3 statements that she said to memorize.
No, I like the statements. It's just like, what about the other parts?
Yeah, like too many specifics is stressful. It's not a robot dance. Like that's not how it's going to work. Some days your response is going to be more heightened and the kid's going to pick up on that because you've had a long day and you're stressed. And then they pick up on the fact that when someone's stressed or, you know, like not happy-go-lucky all of a sudden, that's the tone they're going to hear. Like, it's all like a learning, you know? But if you're always talking like this, like that's not how humans talk. Like kids should hear volume and tone, and I agree with the repair. Like, say you blew it and you just kind of like lost your mind all of a sudden. Yeah, go and repair and make sure that they know that you're not unhinged, you know? But like other than that, like I don't know about this whole like very like softness all the time. It's just not how humans talk and communicate. Like that's how we get messages across. Like, you know? Who wants to listen to someone just like, meh, 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 tell me more about your emotions? Oh.
What are you making for dinner tonight?
I don't know. Mom's coming over.
Oh.
And I've got 3 loaves of fresh sourdough. She said she wants to cuddle Poppy. That's literally what she said.
Yeah, she wants my old cell phone. And I'm like, okay, next time you come visit, you can have it. And she's like, well, it's going to be a long time. I'm like, well, like, you're not coming to visit. Like, you're not getting shit. Like,
she's going to send you an empty box to mail it in.
She's like, can you FedEx it to me? I'm like, no, you can come get it.
Why doesn't she just go get a phone? Oh, yeah, it's the one you just... Oh, because you just got a new one. Okay, yeah. How's it going? Did other people say your video was grainy? Like, what was that about?
Somebody was saying it's like Instagram stories that does that sometimes.
Maybe it's the quality of your camera and the video that it's taking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you hear my dogs snoring?
No.
They really are.
Anywho, Pre's not here tonight or tomorrow during the day, so I don't know what to do.
Oh, just free bird.
We're going to do a movie night tonight.
You need to get one of these projectors. They're so cool.
I know, but where do you project it?
My bedroom wall. All my walls are white, but it comes with a screen. Like, way better than a TV, I think. You just plug your Amazon Fire Stick into it and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And you have the money to get like a good one that would just like auto project, like focus. Like,
I know, I'm just
mine's
trying to
like
think
on a shelf that's like a little bit crooked. There's like paper stuck under one end to like level it out.
I just don't know what wall I would project it on. Like, where we can be comfy sitting. Like,
downstairs anywhere?
No.
Milo's room? Your room?
No.
You got stuff all at the end of your bed?
I could do it if I moved the dresser thing.
Oh, you could do it on the deck. You could do outside movie.
Oh, and hang the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the spiders.
Yay.
Here, friends, I'm putting on a show for you.
I still haven't killed that one big guy yet. I don't know how to do it. Because I want it dead, you know? Like, I don't want it to, like, fall down and run away and start another life somewhere. So he's still
just out in the open?
There's 2 of them. Every night they come out and they go right in the middle.
Of their web?
Yeah. In the light. Even if my porch light's on, they're like, fuck you, I'm here. Like, they don't have any shit.
So, like, showing me with your hand like this, like, how big is their body?
The body of it is like that. No word of a lie. It's like, looks like a goddamn black widow.
How have you not killed it already?
I don't know. I think because I got rid of its web in like one day. Yeah. And then that night it kind of came back and I was like, okay, so you're living here. Like, this is your spot.
And where is it? Like, when
front
you go
entrance.
Outside?
Like, I got the arch like that at my front entrance.
Oh,
1, 2. And they like make a big web and you're like kind of, oh yeah. They're trying to take over the house is what they're trying to do. Yeah.
Oh,
I almost just
God.
smashed Poppy's broom into pieces. That would have been like the 4th broom that I smashed into pieces because I hit a spider down and then I just with all my might like smashed the broom onto it to try and kill it. Smash the broom. Spider just curls up into a ball and then runs away. Like,
I was always so aware of how I react to spiders because I don't want to like give Milo my irrational reactions to things. But like, I've given up. I'm just like, fuck it. This is how we live. We're driving to school and I rolled down my window, but they live all over the outside of our house. And so there must have been one in the car and it like crawled in to my window as I was driving and I took my fist.
Smashed
and I was like trying to like slamming my fist as hard as I could.
Yep.
But it was kind of like my window goes like this.
Not
so
a flat surface.
I couldn't.
That's tough. And they'll get in the crack and they'll like curl up like this so that like you just can't get them. Oh
no, but I thought I was like destroyed my fist. I hit it so hard and Milo was laughing.
I would much rather a spider than, remember when we were in Florida and out of Mom's air conditioning comes a fucking chameleon. What do you call those things?
Yeah, that doesn't bother me.
How does that not bother you?
I don't know, lizards and geckos and stuff.
Disgusting. Pull the curtains closed, like run away. Way worse. A spider is like can do nothing. A gecko is like an animal now that I have to squash. I don't squash them. I've never squashed one. But like, what do you do? What do you do? You got one of those in your house, you just say like, all right, have a good night.
No, I remember the first time I tried to catch one and its tail shot off and I thought I crushed its tail off.
I'm pretty sure Jesse kept telling you that you crushed its tail off. Yeah. That's really gross, though, that they do that. Like, I don't know any other animal that really, a porcupine, but that's like an actual weapon. Like,
it's a protection thing.
If something grabs its tail.
Yeah, it's like, here, take my tail. I'm fucking off. Like,
yeah, I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
See ya. I'm faster now.
I'll grow another one. Less weight.
Yeah. Oh, Jim's looking great. He must have shed 10 pounds.
Yeah.
He's just like
stunning.
Oh my God.
What was I going to say? What are you doing this weekend?
Not much. There's a concert. Mike's hosting a concert tonight, 5 to 10.
What is he, a DJ?
No, some people approached him about some bands that they had. They wanted to have a concert, so like last minute he threw together
a concert at the school.
Yeah, it's gonna be outside with like bonfires everywhere, and
well, that's cool.
Yeah, they put a stage, and then we have fire pits on campus, so by the pond.
Do you think we're gonna get Shawn Mendes tickets?
I don't know. Like, I'm worried that I'm gonna be the one that gets them. They go to do it on my credit card, and it's like, this isn't a smart purchase, and they just shut my card down. Like, this isn't normal. It should be fine.
We'll see.
I don't know. Like, so what's the deal?
Monday.
Like, what? It's just a random draw?
Yeah, you'll just get a text message that's like
anxiety inducing.
You
didn't have
get
1 minute.
No, it'll say you got them or you didn't.
That's it. I've already done everything I need to do. There's no anxiety.
I don't think so.
You're a winner, you're a loser.
Exactly.
So why can we sign up for like every city? Or it has to be in your postal code? I already did.
He just released a couple new shows and Toronto was one of them.
So why didn't you get me to sign up for like Brooklyn and like all the things?
I just did it myself. That was like a while ago.
You're not sounding like a really true fan.
No, my Brooklyn ticket.
Your efforts are weak.
I bought resale.
Oh,
but
so
I have a feeling that the Toronto tickets resale will be astronomical, like the price.
Well, yeah, because the people in Toronto actually like them. Who was I just listening to the other day that was like, I don't give a flying...
Giggly Squad.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why not?
I was
Giggly
very
Squad?
offended.
Yeah, I know. I kind of got like mad a little bit, and I love them. And I was like, I don't know. I just have a little bit of negative energy now.
The Toast, they don't really like him either.
Why? What's the deal? And
they think he's super good looking, but they're like, who cares?
Giggly Squad didn't.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, but really, Conover versus Shawn Mendes. Like, is that a fucking joke?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Shawn
Craig
Mendes
versus
is
Shawn?
Gorgeous, but also
let's put this poll up.
He's been smoking in some of his stuff lately, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, where's your mom?
Is it cigarettes?
Yes, I
Yucky,
think so.
Shawn.
It looks just like a cigarette.
Well, you wouldn't know if it was it could be a
but it's like a white cylinder.
Yeah, joints come like that now. Joints come look just like cigarettes now.
Yeah, but it looks like, I don't know.
They even have filters on them like cigarette now. I don't think your eye would distinguish. I could distinguish, but I don't think you could. Because it would depend on what's coming out of his mouth after.
Yeah,
like, what's he doing with that smoke? Is he like bringing it in and like kind of holding it there and then letting it go? Or is he just like, that's a cigarette.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, look into it. Because I was like, if you're smoking, like that's such not a Shawn Mendes thing to do.
Yeah, I know.
But also like it doesn't match the rest of his, like he's very like spiritual, like mindful. Like,
but he's a pot smoker.
Yeah, but cigarettes are different.
I know. But like I'm a weed smoker, so like I feel like a cigarette smoker would be like, easy there, calling the kettle blue, whatever the saying is, black, because like you're a non-smoker all around. Yeah. And like a little whiff of like a birthday candle will like come by and you're like, oh, you can smell it right away. Yeah. When I worked at the taxation center, they had a big sign, smokers, non-smokers for coats. So that your coat wouldn't touch. Oh
my God, there you go.
Because the non-smokers were like, this isn't happening.
Do you know how many times I'm taking the bus in Ottawa and somebody gets in and sits beside me who had like on their way into the bus,
they did. Yep.
like is like blowing out their last fucking smoke, and I'm like, they come sit right next to me and I want to die.
Yeah.
No, I remember being little when you could smoke in the mall.
Oh yeah, food courts.
In the food court. And every time Mom would take me shopping when I was a kid, I would leave with a raging sore throat.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, even like visiting grandma and then you come home, you had to shower.
Yeah.
And if you had plans that evening, like you had to make sure you had to time it right. Because otherwise you had to be washing your hair because you're going to stink.
It's the same as like Mom making her soups during the day.
I know. Here I am. I make this beautiful dinner for my loving family. Renee stops by to pee. Ugh. Are you cooking or something? Like, ugh. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go pee and I'm just going to go. I'm like, okay.
Stinks.
It just smells like the coziest family home, but that's fine. Now it smells like sourdough.
I hate the smell of food if I'm not eating it. Like
this
it
bread
drives
though
me nuts.
smells unreal.
That's different. Like baking is delicious. But I remember when you were allowed to smoke inside, you could walk into a Tim Hortons or like a country style and it was just like smoke.
That's what
people
the
would
scent
go in there,
of those
drink
places
coffee,
were.
and literally just smoke.
Yeah.
And I remember getting a baked good. I remember getting a baked good.
There was ash
from
on it.
country style. No.
It tasted
like fucking smoke. It was disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross. One time, laundromat, take a duvet there. Okay. First time I'm ever going to pay someone to wash a duvet. I just got fed up. It had dog pee on it for like the seventh time.
Oh, do you mean like a dry cleaner?
No. I mean like a laundromat.
Okay, but you said pay someone. Like put money in the
machine. You still pay the people at the laundromat.
Oh, okay.
No. You pay this guy, you like, you just hit your debit. Like you pay this guy. He's going to do your laundry for you. In his machine.
Does it for you?
And he folds it and bags it and gives it to you when you come to pick it up.
What? I didn't know that was a thing.
You could literally just go and drop all your laundry off somewhere and they will fold it for you and have it ready, call you, and you go pick it up. That's called a laundromat, Renee.
No, a laundromat is where you go, you put your coins
but there's usually
in the machine.
a service as well at the laundromat. Some people go and they want to just do their own laundry.
Oh, I
there's
thought it was
that,
just
but there's
you
also
do your
like
own.
a fold and wash service. And
I didn't know that. Okay.
Anyways, I brought this duvet thinking that's it. It's going to smell nice, like professional, you know?
Smelled like smoke.
Pick it up. Yeah, because all the people doing their laundry outside the door, just smoking, making everybody's shit smell like nicotine. Thank you.
I would fucking
I'm going to take my $12 wash duvet home now and Febreze it, I guess.
I would fucking snap.
I know. Annoying.
It is wild to me that people were just like running wild, smoking everywhere.
Airplanes, that's bonkers.
That doesn't make sense.
How more people didn't have anxiety attacks because of that, because they couldn't breathe.
That doesn't even make sense.
Because even without the cigarette smoke, I feel like when the air starts pumping through and you know it's just all the same air, you're just like, God, I point the little fan on my face, and I'm just like, this is like the air from Sally back there. It's just like blowing, like, ugh, so gross. And it's crazy because like what you'd think flying way up there in the sky, like that would be the freshest air there is. There's no pollution. Like there's no, like you're way above it all.
Do they take air from outside? No way.
I don't think so. The pressure's too like crazy or something. Huh. I don't know. I'm totally making that up. There's probably some sort of fan or nozzle or something.
Yeah, like you would think they'd be able to just like take a little bit of fresh air from outside.
Where do they dump all the poo?
Well, there's probably like a big tank.
Yeah, but how big is the tank?
And then they empty it.
But where do they empty it? At the station?
No, I'm sure they have like a big truck that they like hook up this big hose to.
So you're thinking they're not dumping while they're up there? Because I'm thinking they're dumping while they're up there.
Oh yeah, listen to this. When I took a train in Italy to Sicily,
a flying shit hit your window?
No.
Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna go pee. So I get up. I was with Hillary, and I go pee in the bathroom on the train.
Swish washing?
No, it's literally just a hole. Like you pee on the tracks.
You can see the tracks.
Yeah, the tracks were going by underneath.
Genius.
I was
Did you do it? Because that's fun.
Yeah, I was gonna hold it.
Did you take a big poop? So if you poop,
you're just like pooping in the wind.
Right.
Yeah. But it's a little bit jarring to like see the fucking tracks going by like in the toilet seat.
Yeah, but that's better than when I was in Indonesia and I was just like behind a rickety wood door with like big cracks in it like that, trying to hold myself up over just like a mud basin.
Hole.
Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure the guy just went in there and like dug it with his hands and was like, there you go, the bathroom's free. Like, oh, and you know when you're having such a bad sore stomach. Like I used to cramp so bad, but now you have to ghost above the toilet. There's no seat.
No, yeah.
Like I'm not just gonna sit on other people's feces.
No,
so
and
I'm
you're
like,
in pain.
Yeah,
like...
in all your life, like you're just like putting all your might in. Like don't let it touch the ground.
They
like,
should
don't...
have handles coming from the
yeah,
ceiling so you can hang on.
Let's just say there's a lot of things. Okay, there's a lot of things they could add. I don't even know if you want to call that a restroom. We were in like a little like. I don't even know if there was a name to the village. Like we were just like driving in the middle of nowhere.
Around. Do you ever like sometimes I think because I remember when we were on our trip in the Dominican and I was complaining like really bad about the food and stuff and people were like, this is terrible. Like this is like tourism, basically saying like I'm ruining the Dominican by like saying the food was terrible and like this is their livelihood and tourism is like their
what?
Well, this is like when
you have to give a 5-star review because the waiter depends on it. Like what?
I don't know.
How does that
People
work?
were just upset that I was like complaining about our trip in the Dominican.
Let's be
When you were
honest.
saying that about the bathroom in Indonesia, I was like, are people going to be mad that we're slandering bathrooms in Indonesia?
Okay, every one of those
You never
people,
know.
anybody that gets a little bit of a cortisol spike after hearing that story, go there and use the bathroom. And then let me hear your story about it. Let me hear
Yeah.
all the good things you give it. Give it a 5-star.
5-star on Yelp.
Yeah, give it a, what's that called? What's the fancy, give it a Michelin star bathroom. I just thought of a genius idea.
Rating bathrooms.
Yes, worldwide.
That probably already exists. 100%.
Nope, that came right from my brain.
No, it probably already exists.
That's a job for me. You need to add me as a little category to your review page. I'm just going to give you bathroom reviews. Great
Somebody,
idea.
like, wrote a blog
That's
or
my
something.
Niche. That's my niche. Toilets.
There was it a TikTok or a blog? It was something, and it was all the best places to go poop at Disney World or Disneyland.
Yeah. I'm going to
That's
argue
funny.
that it depends what kind of poop you're having.
Well,
You know? I don't want to have to like walk an extra 5 to get the privacy. If it's just going to be a quick like bloop, done, I'll just
Right.
go to whatever, you know? So it's got to be like, if you're having this type of experience, you're going to want to go this way. You know? Yeah.
so funny. Okay, well, this was swell.
Yeah, we started off on a sad note, really.
A
like,
murderous note.
Yeah, very murderous. You should watch the Menendez brothers.
The show.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then look
I don't
into the
know.
case. It's a good one.
When I know that their dad abused them and stuff, so I didn't really want to watch it.
Yeah, it did get dark there. It got dark.
Yeah, so I don't really want to see that. Okay, do you remember? Like, I wish one of my best TV viewing experiences of my life. Do you know what I'm going to say?
Statement. TV viewing experiences of your life.
It was a
has-
docu-series on
Oh.
Netflix.
Oh. No, what is it?
We were living in Victoria, didn't have a child, and we fucking
Crushed
binge watched Making a
Oh,
Murderer.
Making a Murderer. Yep. I was going to say Tiger King, but
Unbelievable.
that is a good one. Scary.
So good.
Yeah, so I've taken classes of like false confession. Very interesting. Like all this stuff just goes back to like not knowing enough about the human psyche, and then
Yeah.
no,
Sure.
Are you
I don't
still
know. Are
with
you
us?
asking me or are you telling me?
Sorry, I thought we were having a back and forth conversation on a podcast.
I know. I just had nothing to add to that statement.
That's clear.
Like, what do you want me to say? like yes, correct.
Oh my god, you're not getting a goddamn loaf in the mail. I can tell you
Anyways,
that much.
the designers are coming at 2 to check out the wallpaper and such. And
And then you're gonna have soundproofing after that. Are they doing
then
the soundproofing, or do you have to do it after?
No, they're going to do it. It's like these panels. And then I have a meeting at 3. So my day is just full.
I'm gonna go make some sick reels of bread just coming to life.
Yeah. Well, you can edit this. You have to do my YouTube video for Tuesday.
Yep.
So get on it.
Look at my burn. First burn. Can you see it?
From sourdough.
Yeah, Renee. You make a sourdough.
You got a sourdough burn?
Yeah, that'll
Okay.
scar. You couldn't birth a sourdough loaf if your life
You know how I know?
depended on it.
Kate, you know how I know you don't drink water and you're seriously dehydrated?
My tongue's white.
No, because every single time we record, like I am bursting at the seams right now. Like I'm going to piss my...
Renee, I pee twice a day, maybe. And it's like this much fluid and it's like brown. So I'm aware.
No,
I'm
like,
aware
I'm gonna
of my
piss
hydration.
myself.
My hydration.
Okay.
Oh my god, my
Well,
armpit stink. I can smell them.
I'm going to go chill and...
Can you suggest a deodorant for myself?
I use Dove.
Aluminum free?
I don't know.
That's a big thing because the aluminum is what...
Dove, the shea butter one.
I know, but it's the aluminum either there or it's not there.
Okay, well, I'll double check.
Okay. Because I was hugging people and I was stinky and I don't want that to happen again.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
Thanks for
Thank you, everybody,
listening.
so much for listening. It's been real swell. Okay, bye.